Welcome to SciAnts Streams. If you are interested in all things science in a fun, wholesome environment, you are in the right place. What can you find here? The SciAnts team is dedicated to making science more accessible to our entire community. We do a variety of interactive science streams, including microscopy. If you've ever wanted to have a fun space to nerd out, now is your chance. We stream daily science content on Twitch. Understanding not just what we know, but how and why we know it is the essence of scientific knowledge. Join our colony and our mission in science for all.
And then there's this. I don't know what this is, you guys, but I saw it and I was like, this looks really interesting. It's like, let's take a look and see what this is. Half-eaten bagel. I mean, Maddie, it looks like, honestly, some kind of developing something. Like, I'm not sure what's inside of this thing. The inside doesn't have any structure to it, and even if it's developing at this stage, there should be some kind of structural information. It just looks very strange. There's also some flavor of worm here. And I don't think it's on the inside. I think it's on the outside. See, water snails lay eggs in some kind of sac for protection. Is this maybe a snail egg sac? It looks like there's these little dots all throughout. Yeah, and Starry Night, that's what I thought. They look like they could be eggs of some sort. Maybe, Dodo, it could be a sack of snail eggs. Let's see if what our snail friend is doing. Our snail friend is inspecting it. It is remarkable, again, what we just find in like this very basic pond water, right? Like, I'm just taking a tube of some water out near the lake and just seeing what comes up, and we're seeing so much life coming to play. If we're so small, I think amphibian. Oh, that's in there? Maybe. I mean, Claire, this is, I'd say probably a centimeter and a half in length. It was among the plants, and I was looking in the tube. I'm like, this looks weird. Let me throw it under the microscope. Which is, by the way, some of my favorite kind of science, right? Is if you have like, it's like, oh, this is weird, let's take a look. And we see something cool. Cliff says there are pictures of snails that look a bit like this. Ooh. Totally do. Yeah, this is, unfortunately, there's no scale bar. But this is what Cliff just sent. And this kind of has the same outside shape as it does for the snail that we just saw. The possible sac. And that's, again, there's no size reference. But that's a very similar appearance. And so maybe this is what our, like, it's just a different species of snail. Is this something that we can keep and grow and check in on? Because that would be kind of cool, right? Is if we can like check in on these little guys from time to time and see if they hatch. I think that might be a cool experiment to do. Thank you, Cliff. Yeah, this looks like the exact right snail too. The bladder snail. Right, same style. Shell, structure. They're very, very pretty. I always make sure to look for some Garys whenever we do the pond water samples, because I think it makes it a lot more fun to see them. One of the snails just moved, or is moving over into a different compartment. So, being the usual snail-like selves, they're causing some trouble. It's fine, you guys. They do like to be troublemakers. Do you wonder? Ooh, here we go. Let's get a nice zoom in. Look at that, you guys. That's a nice, close look at those actually being eggs of some kind. Maybe we can find one that's a little bit developing. Like, or wiggling around or something. They all look pretty much the same stage. So not a lot of variation to go on that front yet. Still a really lovely look at it. There we go. That's actually a really nice shot. We'll post these in Discord as always too. What if bryozoan? What do you mean, Alfie? Moss animals. Ooh. This is Alfie. This is beautiful. Mistaken for amphibian eggs. Oh, I see. Aquatic invertebrate animals, nearly all sedentary colonies. I think, Elfie, we're going to keep it and see what hatches out. Turns out it's not a snail egg sac. Oh, y'all, look. Look, look, look. We have a bunch of little babies. We have a bunch of little babies in there. Wait, is this fish? I thought we thought this was snail. Are these now fish eggs? I thought, Claire, we had ID'd it as snail embryos. I'm a fish egg? Sometimes. They do look a little mosquito-y, Cliff. But mosquitoes aren't laid in an egg sac like that. I wonder if we misidentified what this was. You were not convinced, Claire? Is it wearing a fake mustache? So it was not wearing a fake mustache, no. Based on what the images that we saw, it looked like it may have been one. Maybe if it's an insect, maybe this is more of, again, like mosquitoes don't, they lay rafts, but not an egg sac, right? So it wouldn't be a mosquito. I wonder if it a little bit, is maybe, these are, where we're trying, we thought this was an egg sac of snails. It turns, I don't think these are snails anymore. And so it looks like it's some flavor of probably insect, not mosquito. It's bananas, RPG. Not necessarily mosquitoes. I don't feel like that's what they are. I feel that we have some other flavor of organism in here. Maybe dragon or mayfly, something along those lines. Mosquitoes lay their eggs on rafts and not these giant sacs, but we're seeing hundreds of little critters in here. And I noticed as soon as I opened up the plate, the dish looked inherently different, where this giant sac was huge yesterday, like double the size, and it looks like it shriveled down, and we're like, oh, what's up with that? And it just looks like the embryos have bursted and they've started to come out. So there's some on the surface now outside of the actual egg sac, and they're kind of digging through it. So we don't yet know what they are, but I always find it's really, really cool to look under the microscope and to see them and how they behave and what they do. So we're getting a little bit distracted with it. Look at all that activity in there. There could be some nutrients that they're eating inside of the egg sac, or I don't know. Maybe they need to continue developing. But yeah, this was Rista. This was overnight. Because when we looked at him yesterday, there were still that beads on a string. And now, I don't know, it makes me itch a little bit. It's a little unsettling, right? but still cool. And so now I'm, like Claire said, it's not the bladder snail. We looked into another image of that, and it's just like it just looks. It's not as dense. There's not so many individuals in it. So I don't think that's what this is. And you can see, like, there's little eyes and almost faces. Caddis fly. Oh, Alex, that would be really cool. Claire loves the caddis fly. Right, Claire? You love the caddis fly. Not really, Claire. It's just we've been finding them. We were finding those caddis fly larvae for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and then none. And so Claire was always the one to identify it. Ooh, let's look at this. Maybe. So this one, Alex, ours was a little bit. This one is long like a sausage. Versus, so I don't know if this image is representative, like it's usually clumped in a circle, or if it can be, or if ours is weird, or if there's just variation between them. This one here is today probably about 1.5 centimeters long, but yesterday and the day before was about 2 centimeters in length, and then it had like internal spirals of embryos. Like very patterned in a particular way, which is, that patterning on its own is really, really fascinating, right? Because there must be some reason for that. And I don't know what the reason is. Ooh, let's look at this. This is closer. This is for sure closer. It doesn't look as well. It looks like the spacing is very different, but I don't know how much of it is just like generic variation. Like, is this like Claire, it could be possible that this is the stage that happened in the last 24 hours, like from last night when we checked to today, because like they already hatched right now. But like, so maybe they were just like, this was like right before they pop and they've just expanded. Right? This is definitely the right shape. We think Alex suggested a midge, like, which is a fly, and it looks very similar to her image that she pulled up. Last night it was still like embryos on a string on the inside, and now there's all these little creatures in here. I know all these flies from my in-laws being into fly fishing. That's awesome. So Cricket, we're thinking about what do you mean this is it, Claire? Oh. Freshwater. Yeah, I think oh, there's a paper. There's a paper on it. Yes, this paper. Come on, show me the figure. This is what it looks like. This is also, Alex sent us this image. This is what Alex sent us. And then Claire, I found this nature paper from your link. And this is what the internal structure, this is like right on point. This panel B, this zoom in right here is what it looked like. This zoom in that we saw. What exactly are midges? The internet says that everything but that is not a mosquito. Does it mean, could mean capybaras? So there's a couple of species of midge, Cliff, I readily know about. One midge in particular is actually used by leafcutter ants. Those like to eat decaying leaf matter, which is helpful for leafcutter ants because it helps break stuff down. But they're like a fly-like creature. They like to eat desiccating, decaying things. They're environmentally pretty helpful and pretty important. Yeah, like a gnat-like creature, I think, is a fair way of putting it.
Thanks for watching SciAnts Media, and be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help our channel grow and support our science outreach and education goals. We can be found on Twitch most days of the week, and be sure to join us here for our next video. Thanks again, and stay curious, everyone.